It's so dumb. Oh, you're a professional. Why don't you look better? Because my body won't let me. Well, you better do something about it. What, magic? Would you like me to get the pizza wizard? It drives me absolutely nuts. Simon here, thank you for joining me as always. And if you're a professional wrestling fan, the big conversation over the last few weeks has been about wrestlers' physiques. This works for me in many ways. I'm a big fan of wrestling and I'm a big fan of physiques, which is a very weird thing to say. But as always, it took a horrible turn where basically people started body shaming other people. So before we do get into this, just don't do it. You don't have to like somebody's physique. You don't have to like anybody that you don't want to like. But imagine somebody looked at you with your top off and went, "Dude, you look absolutely terrible." You're not going to feel very good about yourself. So just keep those thoughts locked up in your brain, and that's going to be better for everyone. But the main thing we do need to talk about is Booker T. Now, I want to make it very clear, I like Booker T a lot. I think he was a really, really good wrestler, and I met him a couple of times, and he seems like a super nice chap. But on his Hall of Fame podcast, Reality of Wrestling podcast, whatever it's called, he was talking about Adam Cole. Now, I'm sure lots of people know about Adam Cole. He was a huge success on the indie scene in Ring of Honor. He went to NXT, he smashed it there, and now he's in AEW. And ever since he's gone to AEW, I'm going to presume it's some of the crazy wrestling fans that go crazy when people jump ship. There's been this weird rhetoric that he doesn't look like a professional wrestler. And this makes me want to smash myself in the head over and over again. Because the best thing about professional wrestling is that you get muscular wrestlers, you get fat wrestlers, you get thin wrestlers, you get big wrestlers, you get small wrestlers, you get bald wrestlers, right? You get all different types of wrestlers. And look, I got into wrestling because of big jacked up dudes like Triple H. But if it was all big jacked up dudes like Triple H, I don't think it would be as interesting because you want a cast of characters, you want diversity, you want variety. I would argue that wrestling needs more of that in certain areas, but that's a different video for a different day. Now, when you bring the argument into it, yes, Simon, but they don't look like they could kick somebody's ass. So have you watched MMA? Have you watched UFC? You could put Connor McGregor into the ring with who's massive that everyone knows? The Undertaker, right? And Connor McGregor's going to kick his ass because he knows how to fight. So sometimes it's nothing to do with size. And I understand from a visual perspective, you need to believe that. But if one person doesn't have that believability factor for you, who cares? Go and get a real problem. I mean it. It's not a problem. It's not an issue. It doesn't matter. Because there'll be somebody else just around the corner who will look like they're going to kick your ass, such as Miro. Anyway.
If Adam Cole have to have surgery and he's down for 6-9 months and he, lose any more muscle, it's going to be hard on this brother. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now he's about $160. And if the atrophy of the muscle, you lose come on now. Boom! Come on, it's gonna be hard to get the people going. So my thing is get you some glucosamine 500 and sea muscles and see if that work.
Hopefully I'll be able to get the actual video and show you as well, but just in case I can't. He said if Adam Cole has to have surgery and he's down for 6-9 months and he, loses any more muscle, it's going to be hard on this brother. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's about $160. We got to get more weight on Adam Cole. You know what I mean? That's his problem. He's light, bottom light. We got to get some muscle on this kid. That's probably one of the reasons why he's going out there getting hurt, because it can't be the schedule at AEW, because of course they don't have a busier schedule as the people in WWE. But look, I wrestled, right? I understand how hard it is. You do one match, do 10 matches, it all is pretty hard on the body. Now, he has made a follow-up to this, which we'll talk to him with just 1 second. And regardless whether he meant how it sounded or not, a lot of people do think this way. They just do. Even if he's referring to the fact that the more muscle you have, the more protected you're going to be. For example, Brock Lesnar landed on his head at WrestleMania 19. Do it, Cole! And I think we all agree if he didn't have traps of steel, he probably would have died. But he does have traps of steel, so his neck was able to take the impact. I wouldn't say he was all right, but he lived to fight another day, which is more important. But there are so many people in the wrestling world who have been small and never suffered injuries. Sometimes injuries just happen. We're doing a high-risk sport. I mentioned Triple H. He had some terrible injuries throughout his wrestling career. Massive dude. Scott Steiner, huge, had a bunch of injuries. And we could do this all day long. Like, we don't need to do it. And the problem is, as soon as you say that, I just think you are going to spark up certain feelings in other people, because body shaming is a very real thing. Very, very real thing with women, very, very real thing with men. I remember the first time, I was basically bullied into it in a nice way. Everyone doing it was very, very kind, and they didn't bully me into it, they just gave me the reasons why I should do it. But the first time I had a wrestling match and I took my top off, I mean, this may as well have been getting naked in front of my family. It's the worst thing I've ever said, but that's how intimidating it was. That's how terrified I was. Like, this is the last thing I want to do. Why are you making me do this? I don't want to do this. And it was horrible. And I wouldn't say I was in good good or bad shape. However, I did work out and I had some muscle on me, etc. But it can be a very intimidating thing to do. So if you respect Booker T, and you should, he's a great guy, but if you respect him and you hear him saying this about Adam Cole, who as far as I'm concerned is in fine shape, I wouldn't call him a big guy, but he's athletic, I got no problem with it whatsoever, and you yourself are dealing with these kind of things, you're going to start to second guess yourself. And you see these kind of posts all the time. I saw it on my own social media because it is very wrestling focused. People being like, well, if that's what he thinks about that guy, what does he think about me? Now, again, he may have been focusing on the injury side of it, and he did go on to say,
I don't know, maybe people just think I'm just talking just for the hell of it. I like Adam Cole. Adam Cole, actually, I wouldn't call, I think it would be too far to call us friends. Okay? But I'm a fan of Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole and I are tight.
I like Adam Cole. I think it would be too far to say we're friends, but I'm a fan of Adam Cole. I think people want to make it seem like I'm hating on an AEW guy. I'm not. If I didn't like Adam Cole, I wouldn't be saying that we need to get some muscle on him. I'd be saying a whole lot worse. Why can't you just not like someone and say nothing? I don't know. As opposed to trying to advocate how we could make Adam Cole look better, I think I would be saying a whole lot worse if I was trying to down Adam Cole. That's what the internet does, man. They try and take everything that I say and they try to make it clickbait like I criticize Adam Cole. So maybe he did, maybe he didn't. However, what I want to move on to, and the reason I want to make this video, is I did a tweet, right? I did a tweet. And it wasn't even necessarily directly specifically involved to the Adam Cole stuff. It was lots of things. I remember Doudrop suffered from it 6 months ago, whenever the hell she got called up, and well, there's been a lot of these things. You see articles all the time say most out of shape wrestlers, and Kevin Owens is in there. It's like you don't know anything about being in shape. So I did one of these stupid tweets that I read back afterwards. I'm like, you sound like a geek, Miller. I thought, hello, the coolest thing about wrestling is you can have big wrestlers, small wrestlers, blah blah blah. Don't be an ass to any of them based on how they look. Now, I want to point out that 98% of people are very understanding of this, and they agree. That tweet for me in terms of engagement did very well, which goes to show that people liked it. They read it with good. That's the kind of thing that we want in professional wrestling, which I enjoy. However, I'm not going to out anybody here because I don't think it's worth it, and I probably don't want to give them a platform anyway. But one person says wrestlers can be overweight but can't be underweight and not ripped. You can be thin but you need to be ripped like Finn Balor. You can be small but you need to have weight and muscles like Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley. They're 5'7", Cole is 6 feet. Well, Cole is not 6 foot. That's been done to death. Cole is like a 5'8" guy who's even smaller than you think. So that's going to drive you even crazy. Somebody else said, if your job involves going around in underpants, then you should probably expect it. I hate that. Why should we expect it? Or you should expect someone to crap on you because that's the way the world works. Why don't we try and make the world a better place, huh? How about that? And if somebody subscribed to this, then they better not say someone looks great, because then it would mirror a terrible YouTube video series where the presenter said everything was great. I mean, that's just having a go at me because I'm positive on my ups and downs show that I do on What Culture Wrestling. I'm always astounded by that criticism. Simon, you like things too much. Oh, woe is me. Poor me enjoying my entertainment. It's absolutely ridiculous, I tell you. And it goes on. Don't know, man. You'd expect someone earning that amount of money nearly at the top of the card to be professional enough to look somewhat decent. Do we not understand how genetics and lifting weights work? Adam Cole may not have very good genetics. Okay, he could lean up a bit maybe, but maybe going back to Booker T just said, he wants to have a little bit of extra padding when he's being a wrestler. It's so dumb. Oh, you're a professional. Why don't you look better? Because my body won't let me. Well, you better do something about it. What magic? Would you like me to get the pizza wizard? It drives me absolutely nuts. He should make himself look as good as he can be, not on roids. So straight away, stupid. But a bit of definition doesn't pass the eye test as a star. Flub you, man. Why do you get to decide who a star is? You know, one of my favorite characters of the last 15 years or 20 years, whatever, was Santina Marella. Huh? I loved him. Looked forward to him every single week. As far as I was concerned, he was a star. He goes on as well. He got into a big row with someone. It's about the presentation. Harley Race wasn't a bodybuilder or rip, but he was wide and stocky. He looked legit. He looked tough. Maybe, is Adam Cole a tough wrestler? I don't think he's meant to be a tough wrestler. Vader was fat, but he was big fat man with a menacing look that looked legit. Ray was small, but he looked like an athlete, still had definition. I mean, Rey Mysterio is legit like 5'4", so that's a stupid comment. Cole is a guy of average height at the moment, doesn't look like he hits the gym, doesn't look like an athlete. I mean, you don't understand how bodies work. Doesn't appear larger than life, doesn't look legit, and doesn't look like a star pro or athlete, isn't going to here we go. I'm getting off track now. Isn't going to get the attention of the casuals. I don't give a flub about casual wrestling fans. I don't give a flub about hardcore wrestling fans. You watch it if you want to watch it, don't watch it if you want to watch it. Also, Adam Cole isn't the only wrestler on the flipping TV. So if you tune in to AEW and you're like, man, I want to see some big rip guys, Wardlow can walk out and you can whip your pants pants off and you can run away. You don't then turn off because you see Adam Cole. Oh, well, this is absolutely terrible. No, it's ridiculous. That's why that point completely falls away. All you're doing is body shaming people. Stop body shaming people. Should people be fat and overweight? No, but it's up to them. It's their decision. And of course, there's like parameters to that, because if they're putting a strain on the health service, yes, it is something we need to talk about, but they'll be going through their own problems too. This is just a guy who is in healthy shape, and we're going to point fingers at him? No, we've got to stop it, because it's not going to work. And other people said stuff like legit, maybe lay off the Twitch streaming of video games and use that time for the gym. Mother Hubbard, the guy can do both. You don't think he can do a flipping Twitch stream and go to the gym? You know nothing, simple as. Or if you're happy with that dollar from Twitch, I know I would, then make that your job and never see a gym again. Otherwise, be a professional and take pride in your appearance. Like Adam Cole is sitting around eating Cheetos going, I don't care. Have you watched Adam Cole, the wrestler? The dude has dedicated his life to this. And some schmo on the internet isn't happy with this amount and wants to say, well, your body's crap. You take your top off and post it on the internet and see what people say. You will be hounded and you will be absolutely destroyed. And your excuse can't be, well, I'm not a wrestler. What are you talking about? You're not a wrestler. You should be in good shape. You should be fit and healthy according to these weird morals you put on the situation, because you're a human being. I absolutely can't stand it, and I think it sucks. Is that it? Have I got any more? No, I think that's it. Is this one? Don't expect us to believe that a 5'9" dude who's built like my 12-year-old gamer brother, so unnecessary. You're a prick. Is to be seen as a legit threat to a dude who looks like a real athlete. Just the truth. How sad is it? A dude who's in front of millions a dude who's in front of millions weak looks like, I mean, it's just crazy. He can't even write. His grammar's all over the place. He gets paid to work out. He doesn't get paid to work out. He gets paid to be a wrestler. And he gets paid, if you want to sort of extrapolate that a little bit more, to do buy rates and ratings. And if you go through the numbers, he's like number 2 or 3 in the company. You've got Punk, to MJF, and I think it's Adam Cole. Especially when it comes to pay-per-view, I think Adam Cole is number 2. So that can go away as well. And so many people say, you don't need to get this wound up about it. I'm not really. As soon as the video done, I'll be over it. But it does have a knock-on effect, right? You're allowed to look however the hell you want to look. If you're putting your health at risk, you really need to address that, because you don't want to die. Be it because you're too muscly, because you're too thin, because you're too fat. You don't want to be in a box. You don't want to die before you're meant to die. So you have to take care of yourself. But Adam Cole is a dude who clearly is in great cardiovascular shape, clearly has dedicated his life to professional wrestling, clearly goes to the gym. He does have some shape to him. He's not an absolute blob, and I don't like it. And it's got to stop. It really, really does, because it's too negative and it is too dangerous as way over the top. It's such a stupid thing to say. But there's enough people out there who look amazing that are getting this kind of crap. And I think Adam Cole is probably strong enough to handle it. And he's dating Britt Baker. So you'd be like, what do I care? But I don't like it. It's not good. And there is no right or wrong for how you should look in terms of if you're already quote unquote in shape. There just isn't. And Adam Cole is. He could run rings around you. If you had to do some kind of cardiovascular activity, Adam Cole would kick your absolute ass. And also, he's a really good wrestler. And he's a really good promo. And that's the other thing about wrestling. There is more than one facet to it, and we can enjoy them all. And I'm tired of ranting and raving about this now, and it's really, really hot, and I want to go have some pizza. Not having any pizza, so that's the end of the video. Now look, seriously, leave a comment below. What do you think about all of this? I hope it does spark a debate, because I can take those comments and I can make another video about it. So if you want to have a go at me, please do. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Click the bell, ding ding, so our videos are going live. There will be another video on the screen. Please do give it a click. Otherwise, grillermind.com/Simon. Just go Simon, get 10% off. I use these products. Give them a go. See if you like them as well. Free shipping now for $99 in America, or $215 in the rest of the world, so you can buy in bulk and not have to worry about the shipping. Ingredient Sets Power 13 Cookbook. Come follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Simon316. Patreon.com/Simon316 for exclusive videos. Hopefully going to be adding more than just a few up there now, so that'll be good. Mostly reaction stuff. Cameo, if you want to shout out. Simon.bigcartel.com for merch. Otherwise, love yourself, right? I mean it. Seriously, like Simon, you way too cheesy today. I've got it. Love yourself. Ignore this. We're at the end of the video. Shit. Ignore it, because it's just sad, sad people who honestly must be having the best life ever because they don't have any other problems. Finances, relationships, work. They can't have that on their plate because they can sit down and write reams and reams of text about Adam Cole, a dude who is in perfectly fine shape. It's actually crazy. Goodbye.